Hello, everyone. Hello, family. Good day and welcome again to One Global Movement Speak with Heart, where we have decided to always come together to help our children, young people, and women worldwide to eradicate hunger, illiteracy, poverty, plant seeds of prosperity, build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. Yes, it's possible. It can be done. And we have accepted and agreed and said, yes, Lord, we are ready to do this. And that's why we're coming here every day. But first of all, I want to thank each and every one of you that took the time to participate in Give to the Max for One Global Movement yesterday, or started even before yesterday, but yesterday was a D-Day. As I understand it, it's going to continue. They just made yesterday the D-Day so that to encourage people to come en masse to be able to contribute. So we have our goals here in One Global Movement. We know those goals. I know that I've set myself a, a higher goal, but I'm going to achieve it. And so this year is our beginning, and I know that we are doing so well for beginners because this is a new concept for all of us here. But we are going to to discuss and then know what to do so that we do it way ahead of time, so that the second time around it will just be groundbreaking. So, but I thank you guys so much that gave from the heart. And not everybody could be able to give, but your presence, your voice, whatever you can do, there is that one thing that you can do to push forward One Global Movement so that we can reach every child in the world. There is always something, regardless of what it is, that too will contribute. But we need to try to contribute financially, because when we contribute financially, we get to do a lot of things. But in the place where we cannot, we contribute otherwise and still know that every year we're going to be doing this because this is the way to go. While also doing our own business here in One Global Movement to continue to really raise that money. You know, we have to work. We can't just sit and don't work. Otherwise, things will not get done. Otherwise, we mothers in particular, who have the milk of human kindness in them, will watch these children around the world. Like me, I cry a lot. I'm a crybaby. I see something, I don't even know that I'm crying, but because that thing is not good. And we know that children, young people, and women are going through a lot. Why do I always say these three population in the world? Because they are multipliers of the world. When you educate one woman, you educate one child, you have educated the entire globe. But when you educate one man, you just educate one person. And we all agree because we have mothers. We always call to our mother. That doesn't mean that the men don't contribute. They are there as protectors, as to make sure that we are safe, but they are also there as providers of the family. We are there playing the role that we were, all of us were born with. So thank you guys so much. Let us keep pushing, keep sending those things out, keep reaching out to friends and families, because when they know what we are doing here, I bet you people will support. And even if they don't support up to $25, which is the minimum amount, whatever they support, it's needed. Just document it. Because according to the law here, $25 or more, you write a receipt for filing for tax. But if somebody contribute less, that's fine too. We're still going to write something to that person. So we need to keep track of everything. So when we are all done, I will compile every list so that we all see what we have done. And some people, they don't know how to go online to do that. What do? They want to Zelle you the money. One person Zelle me the money, which I will, excuse me, have to go and take the money out and put it in the One Global Movement
Account.
profit account. So that is very, very important. Every little bit count. Never you underestimate what you can give, especially during this time. If you're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving, do you want to buy turkey if you can for somebody, or you want to divide, or you want to buy a bag of potatoes for mashed potato, or something, just something, or corn, sweet corn for vegetable? One little thing like this will count. And Christmas too is coming. Maybe shoes in a box or smiles in a bag. Let us do something. So we are here. We've started. it can only keep growing and growing, but all of us need to be hands on deck. So thank you guys so much. And thank you to the Queen Nancy. We've not seen you on the stage for a long time, but you're
Yeah,
here.
I know.
We appreciate it. And thank you, Sister Yvonne, for crafting this topic. This is really hard work. I call it hard work. Whatever we're treating here, this is hard work, crafted differently. It's not just about painting or carving things. And thanks to the managing director for what you are doing to bring us here together and to continue to suggest things that we can do. And I love you all and I thank you all here. Continue to contribute, continue to share. When you share to 5 people, ask them to share to 5 people and tell the other 5 people to tell the other 5 people. Before you know, the whole world would know. People are contributing all the way from India already and from Cameroon. And if they can't, they contribute differently. So we're going to discuss and choose other payment methods, not just one that we could. So we're going to talk about that as well. So now we got this very, very impactful and interesting topic, always very interesting, very impactful. And since this is the age, we're going to be talking a lot about this so that we are walking alongside with our children to make sure that while they are learning from us, we too are also learning from them because this is their age. This is their technology. You and I, we are fumbling around, but we are getting in anyway. So we got to go alongside with them. So, One Global Movement Revolution, Part 388. Justice in the digital world. Justice in the digital age. Teaching young people to spot, to really take a look at it and put your finger on it already, to spot and challenge online injustice. There are so many ways we've been talking about young people, how they are creating revolutions just by one word or just by hashtag something that is good. So the main theme here is to address cyberbullying, misinformation, exclusion, and bias in the online space. We know I myself have faced that too, but I didn't care because I say, get away, I push it aside and then I continue, So
Yes.
we're going to be carrying this out as a discussion so that we can all contribute, Justice in the digital world, teaching young people to spot and challenge online injustice. So today we gather face to face and very visible, face to face. The online is a battlefield. We all know that. A place where millions of young people, even as young as 5, 6, 7 years old, spend their days. We do that, don't we? What else can we?
Yes.
We communicate with that email and all of those. They spend their days, but where justice is often overlooked. Overlooked not by any outsider, they start from the home. Do you monitor what your children are doing? Do you have that monitor? You buy a monitor and you plug into their computers. I did that for my son when he was growing up. And so, because I didn't know, even if I saw something, I didn't know. But then he came and he was teaching me some kind of language that they use online that if you don't know as a parent, you will not know that they are communicating something good or bad. And so, do you monitor your own child? When you give birth to your child, do you know what your child likes? Do you know what your child gravitates? Do you know what your child is watching? Do you know? So this is very important. And you can also call your phone company to let them monitor those things. So you can also go and get a printout, not to scold the child, not to ridicule the child, but to teach the child that I think this is a better way to do it. And we ourselves are involved in those things while we are also learning, right? So, but where justice is often overlooked, it's not a good thing. So the world is digital, as we all know. And some of us who didn't grow up with those things, or we didn't have the opportunity to work with those things, we are also in that digital world. Behind every screen is a heart. We need to know that. Behind every screen is a heart, a human soul, a divine spirit. We need to know that. Behind every profile is a story. When you see us online, it's a story. And behind every comment is a choice. Every comment you make is a choice. Nobody pushes you to write that comment there. Nobody says, say thank you to somebody. It's a choice. A choice to harm or a choice to heal. And here in One Global Movement, we want to choose the choice to heal. We are here to empower our young people, women and families, educators, institutions to recognize injustice in the digital space and rise as upstanders in a world that urgently needs them. We talk about the upstanders before. And so, the number one thing that you and I should do, no matter who says they are Jesus Christ, or yes, the information that we put in there, it's correct. We will listen, but is it correct according to your family tradition? Is it correct according to the way that you brought up your child? Remember, this information is general information that is put there for everyone, selected by certain people without demographics taken into account. And they are good things, of course, they are good. But the way we use them, it's up to us, the parents and our children. And so the digital world as a new classroom. I term it a new classroom. You know, the first truth we must embrace is this: the internet has become the world's largest classroom. Isn't that true?
It is.
But not all lessons taught there are kind. Not
That's
all the
right.
lessons taught there are kind. Young people today learn more from TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and gaming chats that they do from textbooks. I learned that too because I have to post One Global Movement things. I have to do this, and along with learning. But what are they learning? What are they actually learning? Have you ever questioned, and in a nice way? Because if your child senses that you're trying to be upset with what they're doing, or they are not, they will hide even more. You want to really help your child in a very friendly, calm, and
Yes.
encouraging
Yes.
manner so that they
Yes.
will discuss with them. You're not
Yes.
just they should be partakers in their own upbringing as
Yes.
from very
Yes.
young age. So how to
Yes.
compare
Yes.
themselves?
Yeah.
They are learning how to compare themselves, how to hide pain behind filters, the filters that we have, how to stay silent when they see harm, how to normalize cruelty in
Mhm.
comments. You know, when they keep putting something like the TV, that's why they say the media is the most corrupt place. They keep putting this, not letting other things come. In the end, you start just going with it because there's no other choice that has been given to you. And so we, the parents, the adults, and the caregiver must be in a position to say, you know what? If you love your children, it means you love yourself. And you have to, because in the end, it's rewarding. It's a lot of work, but hey, that is what we've been called to be stewards to these children, to help them to spark the gift that God has built in them. So how do we think? How to think, discern, to uplift, question, and to lead. And so cyberbullying is not new. We all know that, but the reach, the speed, and the intensity of it today have never been higher, right? Today is too high. Online bullying looks like harsh comments, very harsh, anonymous threats. Little young girls or sometimes even boys now share shared humiliation. The shared humiliation. Some people come in a group and then they start humiliating one person or two people or the other group. Screenshots used as weapons. Yes, group chats where one child is the target. They target one child for no reason. Influencers mocking kids who are different. They are different, laughing. Imagine laughing at a child who maybe one of the limbs is not there, or maybe the dress is torn. Just imagine that. Imagine. So, what is the impact? It causes anxiety, isolation, self doubt, academic decline. I've seen that firsthand. Academic decline. It happened to my son when they bullied him in school. All of a sudden, one of the grades was down. That was in grade school. And we know those things. And in the worst cases, tragedy. We know that kind of tragedy. We don't have to say it. And so a digital wound is still a wound,
It is.
regardless of what it is. But here is our call. teach young people not just to avoid bullying, but to intervene. A single upstander message like, hey, that's not cool. Leave them alone in a very nice way. Don't just nice, like don't fight with people. Hey, that's not cool. Leave them alone. And then it can stop a harmful spiral. And then a screenshot sent to a trusted adult can save a child. When you trust an adult, you see something and you think that you can do something, quickly screenshot it, send it to your parents, send it to your aunties, your uncles, or send it, go to the closest police station if you're near one, do something about it, or keep it and call the police, but make sure you're safe first. So I will let you guys contribute here, please. Thank you.
Queen Nancy, please go for it.
Hello, Queen Mundih, Queen Yvonne, both
Hi.
Yvonne. So it's a pleasure to be here. Always happy when I'm with you guys.
We
But
got to
even
have-
I'm not here every day, but I'm in the back.
Exactly. We know.
working. I want to say hi to our audience.
Yes.
This topic today is wonderful. I always love when you, Queen Yvonne Finn, looking for these topics. It's very
Yes.
wonderful for our children. When
Yes.
you say teaching young people to spot the challenge online justice, it's
Yes.
wonderful. Because as Dr. Mundih is saying, learning when our children are learning how to compare themselves to others, it's very critical. That's when we as families, we as mothers get into, the place to help our children. First thing is, how did you teach your children to deal with this situation? Because it's going to happen
Yes.
everywhere, in school, in the street, at work, everywhere. So we have to get into place to prepare them to deal with whatever come to them,
Yep.
because it's the first thing is to build the self-esteem. Nobody can break you down. Once you know what you know what, you know that you love yourself, you will be able to help others. And then if you see your friend is being bullied, you don't stop, don't say nothing. You just have to make sure that you're safe, like Dr. Mandi was saying, and then you take action. You can, trust your mom, your father, somebody that you trust. You can tell them, your teachers, if you feel comfortable with your teachers, you will tell your teacher what's going on to stop, a bully, because bully destroyed lives. Bully kill people. Some children, they go to school, they've been bullied, family don't know how to take care of that. They go home and then they kill themselves without knowing, because they have nowhere to go. But for us, like, One Global Movement, I love One Global Movement because this teaching to tell them where to go for help.
Yes.
We
Yes.
here. If you don't feel comfortable with your mom, your father, you can text Dr. Mundih. You can text somebody that you know.
Yes.
You write to One
Absolutely.
Global Movement. You will
Yes.
be able to seek help.
Yes.
So this topic is wonderful. So I hope everybody gets something of it.
Yes.
Thank you. That's great, Queen Nancy. I appreciate that. You know, it's always for me, and I mean, that's just what you just said. It always starts with the adults that are around when these people are young. Give them their identity. I'm not saying it won't be assaulted, because even us, sometimes people really can knock you off center when they say or do something. But the best we can do is live that and show our young people that. And then they can have a safe space to come when something doesn't sound or feel right. Then they can discuss any and everything with you. They can come to you and say, this happened online or this happened in school. And then you have a conversation, because one of the most important thing is to listen to people, validate what they're saying. The internet was meant to be neutral, I thought, but it is not, right? People think or users of the internet think that it's anonymous or that it's harmless or whatever. But as you said a while ago, it's people. It's not machines. It's people that are on the backside of the bad thing that you just said, right? Another thing we must do, especially for our girls, is to tell them to stop doing things just to get attention. Because as I was telling Dr. Mundih the other day, I saw this girl, a young girl, and she's on Facebook and she's on the reels or stories. She's naked pretty much, just wearing almost nothing. And she's twisting and turning and trying to get attention to her body. That's all she's offering. Nothing of importance in the sense that she's not uplifting anybody. It's her body. Why expose yourself and you're not going to get what you say you want? Because people are mean, right? They're going to say mean things. And I told Dr. Mundih a long time ago about the girl who just went crazy because somebody said she was a pretty girl and somebody said they didn't like her ears. Now, they couldn't even see her ears because the ears were covered up by her hair. She was wearing her hair the way I'm wearing mine. So they couldn't really see. But they said that, and that's what she focused on. And she had a trauma. She had a breakdown. Because somebody said that. Who cares? Why should you take somebody's stupid opinion so importantly? But if you don't know who you are, as Queen Nancy is saying, if you don't have any self-esteem, if you don't love yourself, if you're not strong in that department, anything will knock you off kilter. I'm sorry for young people because to me, I'm not a sharer of my personal life. So that's not going to affect me at all. I don't do it. I never did. But people come there and they share everything. I don't understand that, right? They tell you about their most intimate stories and whatever it is. I will never be doing that with anybody that's a stranger. It's foolishness because people hurting are going to hurt others and they're looking for a chance to hurt you. So we should tell our young people to stop doing that. Make ourselves so accessible that they can come to you with their stories, right?
Yep.
They don't have to go looking for validation from strangers. What do strangers know about you? You know what I mean? If you have an idea that you want to discuss, that's a different story. But your heart, no, it doesn't belong to strangers. It does not. So stop putting it out there online. And we have to live like that. And we have to let them see the young people living. What about the Gen Alphas that are coming up? They know nothing about anything else except this thing. That's all they know. The internet, online, devices, right? They know it since they could hold something in their hand. I see people giving their little teeny babies big phones bigger than them
to play with.
Yeah, they don't know anything else. So if that hurts them, where do they turn?
Yep.
Right? It's very scary.
Very
So
scary.
there is not a program, but it's a framework. It's called SEL, and it's called Social and Emotional Learning. Yes, teaching young people to spot and challenge online injustice strongly requires social and emotional learning. It's called SEL, capitalized SEL, SEL. SEL provides the foundational skills, including empathy, self-awareness, self-management, and responsible decision-making necessary for navigating the complexities and potential harms of digital environments and engaging as a responsible digital citizen. And that is what we hope for these young people. A responsible digital citizen, just like you are in the real outside world there, right? You learn the basics, the please and the thank you and the excuse me and the whatever. You learn that out here in the real world. And online, you're going to learn how to navigate that. Because if you don't, you will be destroyed. It's not getting any better, and there's no policing. You understand this? You can report all you want. I understand that. But in general, you're on your own, right? You're on your own.
So, Queen Yvonne, you said FDL, right?
SEL, S like sugar.
Oh, SEL.
Social and emotional learning.
Learning.
Yes,
okay.
that's what it's called. It's a framework for,
Our Gen Zs, when they go online, they're trying to get attention.
Yes.
What do they get? They get rejection.
Yes, absolutely, Queen.
That's the problem. So we come into place to help them, prepare them, because they're going to get it anywhere, they go, because this is the life coming. Exactly. Because before, when you and I were growing up, we used to read books, play,
Yes.
But now everything is live,
Yes.
TV,
Yes. Yes.
excitement. But they're too excited to see what they're sharing outside the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Private, things supposed to be as family,
Yeah.
they put
They
it
put it
out
out. Yeah.
there and
I
they
know.
get
I
it
know.
back, in the wrong way.
The wrong
Yeah.
ways.
It's a
Exactly.
big issue for
And
for
it's
the children.
uh, and that rejection, Queen Nancy, is amplified because it's so immediate, right? You
Yes.
know, if you're in school and some girl doesn't like you or some whatever it is, you just pass it on. You have your other friends. But this is immediately in your face,
Mhm.
and you're shocked because
Yes.
that's not what you expected,
Mhm.
right? And if you don't have somebody to run to and discuss it, your parents are too busy because
You
they're
lost.
working, whatever. You sit there all day and you stew with that, and before you know it, you've harmed yourself. This is what's happening. It's very
Yep.
dangerous.
Mhm.
Very
Very,
dangerous.
very dangerous. And I'm really glad that we are discussing this topic with samples because we live with them in our own homes. And like we always say here, it starts from the home,
Yes.
regardless. It starts from the home. And let us all know that to uh, to raise your child doesn't mean that you have to know how to read and write. That's not what it is. The moral value that that your parents raise you with, how to say
Yes.
thank you, how to say daddy, mommy, I'm sorry, what you're saying, I think we can do it this way, or I think daddy, I'm sorry, I did not do that. You have to be able to believe in your children. Don't rule your whole household with a heavy hand, okay? Don't rule the
Mm,
home with a heavy hand because the kids will hide a lot of things from you. All right.
yeah,
You
yeah.
should, your child should be able, even if they are like 10, 12 years old, like my son does, even right now, he's 24.
Mhm.
When he has some kind of something, it doesn't matter where on his body, he will just come and say, mommy, can you please come and take a look? I don't know what this is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that means that child cannot hide. And even when he's dating or a girl is trying to date him, he says it. So we have to be, yeah, because most of those things we were brought up not to talk about it at all. It was like a taboo, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
if you, from the very onset, even from pregnancy, what do you want for your child, for your baby when that baby comes out? We have to call in those things that will be as though they are already in existence. The scripture
Yeah.
says that, and it doesn't say
Mhm.
that for nothing, because that's what it is. What are you telling your unborn child? What are you telling?
Mhm.
The moment that child just they place that child in the mommy and the daddy's hand in the maternity, what are you telling that child? Know that what you're
Sure.
telling that child listens very well, and they know, and it's going to manifest itself later on. So this is
We
very
have to be
important.
accessible. Yeah, we have to be accessible. That's what you were saying. Accessible to those
Yes,
children. They have to be able to come to us with everything. There's nothing that should take priority over that. Nothing. Nothing.
nothing, nothing. Even if you have to leave your highly paid job for a lesser paid job so that you
Yep.
can bring your children up well. I'm saying that from experience.
Yeah.
I never had a full-time job when I had
Mhm.
my son, okay?
Sure.
Because I
Yeah.
wanted to be 100% plus involved. And because when
Yep.
you take them, you can take them to the daycare, but it depends on the daycare, but also participate in how
Yep.
they are treating children in that daycare. This is very,
Yep.
very important. But I know that it can be challenging, especially in a home where maybe the parents are sick. But even if the parents are sick, let those children be there. The morals are there just by sitting there and
Yeah.
admiring them, doing their thing, and then
Yeah.
set a time. How many hours a day, and not every day, that you want your young child to be on the computer, or you set that time. When they know it, when it's that time, they're going to say, oh, it's time. Time is up. They go put it away. TV,
Mhm.
how many hours?
Exactly.
We got to do that, because if
Exactly.
we don't blame the teacher in school. We're not blaming the government. We're not blaming anybody. We're blaming ourselves, because it starts
Mhm.
from the home.
Mhm.
And so I was
Mhm.
going to talk about the new digital, I'm sorry, I'm going to say the word poison. The new
Yeah.
digital poison. I
Story.
have to say it the way it is, without
Yeah.
masking it. So imagine drinking water every day without knowing if it's clean. Just imagine.
Mm. Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, that is how young people consume information online. Misinformation is the pollution of the digital age.
Yes, it is.
misinformation, because not everything that is put there is correct.
Your
It's
mic
up
is
to us to
cracking
see.
up, sister. What is wrong with your mic? Fix your mic.
Is it okay now?
Let me see. Go
Is
ahead.
it
You're
okay?
frozen. You're frozen.
Yeah,
So,
it's a little
Oh
freezing.
my God.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, do you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
you're good.
Okay, thank you. Sometimes this internet is so funny because we are in the countryside. So, you know, this information spreads so fast, it is packaged beautifully that when you see, you just want to click, it is
Mhm.
emotionally charged. Like they know the psychology of children, because
Yeah.
and women are used to market. People use
Yes.
those people to look for money. And if you
Yes.
see around the world, they use them. And at the same time, there are those who suffer the most. And it often targets young people, right? They
Mhm.
lure them. Some
Mhm.
they lure them and
Mhm.
even and kill them. We've heard about those stories. So,
Yes. Yes.
for example, fake news shared by influencers. The YouTube has a lot of fake news, right?
Yes. Yes.
And then
Yes.
edited
You said
videos,
YouTube. What about TikTok? That's where
They
they
all,
live.
everywhere, all
all of
of them.
them. All of them.
Somebody just feel like, let me put this out there, because that's all they're thinking.
Mhm.
And then edited videos used to manipulate emotions. You
Yes.
edit, excuse me, to manipulate. That's why me, I like those natural things. Okay, when they are making
Mhm.
those, I want things that I draw with my own hand. Let them be crooked, but that's what I
Mhm.
want. Okay, So, and then
Yes.
AI generated images passed as truth. Imagine. And
Yes.
then peer pressure to agree or be excluded. Peer pressure,
Yes.
either you agree or you're not in.
Yeah.
Imagine
Echo,
somebody
echo chambers. The echo
echo chamber.
chambers, they're calling them. Terrible. Terrible.
Viral challenges with dangerous consequences. We must teach you to ask, who created this? Who created this? Don't be
Human.
afraid to ask questions. What do they want to believe? And why are you believing what you want to believe?
Wow.
Upstanders do not just scroll, they question. They question, they research, they verify. Take your time, because when you verify one thing and you question it and you research it and you know the right thing, that thing has covered you for a long time, for generations to come. But if you just want to go quickly, guess what? You're going to dwindle, you're going to fall. So we want to be able to take time, like these topics that you're crafting here. You took time to craft this topic because you know why you're doing
Yes.
it. And look at what we are getting here. And so this,
Wonderful.
yes, very wonderful. And I'm pledging and I'm begging us parents, from the very start, let us build that self confidence and identity in our children.
Please.
Because if we
Please.
don't, the world is going to build it for you. And these children are going to end up with anxiety, high blood
Mhm.
pressure, a lot of things. And then they start putting them on medication, then they start behaving like zombies.
Yes.
We need to. You are beautiful the way you are. You are handsome the way
Mhm.
you are.
Mhm.
Regardless if one of your limbs is not on, or regardless
Doesn't
if
matter.
one of your teeth is not there,
You're
smile.
special.
Because
Yep.
when you build
Exactly.
that self-confidence
Exactly.
in a child, they don't care who says what. But mind
That's right.
you, like you guys discussed before, these children, because by nature, children are explorers. They want to
Mhm.
experiment, they want to explore. They
Yes.
are going to explore regardless. But this
They
is
are. They are.
this is what is good about it. When they explore, they realize that, oh, this is not my family values. This is not what I was taught. They quickly
Right.
fall back on those things. Okay.
Yeah.
And when they are
Yes.
exploring, let us just guide them and just letting them know. Because if we say, do not do this, guess what? In the future, as adults, they're going to go back to that stage that we disturb them not to do. We want to make
Yes.
sure that they are safe. So
Yes.
safety is very important. Psychological safety is number one. We're not even just talking about physical
Physical.
safety,
Yeah.
because
I
if you
know.
go
I know.
to organizations governments, what they protect the more, they punish physical abuse more than emotional and mental.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and there is a reason for that. They know why they're doing that. And so you and I have to protect. Just like if we did not protect one another here, how can we even talk about these things that we are talking about?
Mhm.
We got to. How do you do that? You start with loving your own child, giving them a hug, kissing them, getting involved in their stuff, taking them out on special occasions, really telling that, and they mean it, because when you say, they feel it. I love you. You were born for greatness. You are very handsome. You are very beautiful. Regardless, yes, you might have failed this or you had a C grade. Guess what? You are still very intelligent because
Yes.
you have a lot of things that you're thinking, and that is true. Now, let's not let our children compare. Oh, these people have graduated and you are still there.
No,
It depends on what they are doing in school. We just
yes,
guide them, you know.
absolutely.
This is
Yes.
very, very important. And so truth is the strongest shield in a digital world full of illusions. Truth is very important. And that truth comes only from us. And if you
Yeah.
guys have anything, just go on and we keep
You
discussing.
know, I just wanted to go back again at the beginning because it's always about identity for me, telling them that the creator, as I said, they don't want to believe in God. That is a different story. But you came with a divine purpose. Nobody's a piece of trash. We all came to do something. It's, I like to say, like part of a quilt. Every
Mhm,
part is necessary. You see the different colors in a quilt,
mhm.
the patchwork, whatever it is. Any piece missing, the quilt is defaulted, right? We all came with a
Yep.
purpose, and the purpose is to serve. You can't be letting other people spoil that. And I was reading, you have a mission. You come to do something. So these things are just distraction. My minister says you can be on the racetrack and you're running, and if you pay attention to the people in the stands who are bothering you, and you go up there and you defend every time, you'll never win that race because you're never going to get to the finish line. You're always being
Mhm.
distracted, running up there and defending yourself, and falling for the criticism. Don't do it, because as Queen Nancy just said, it will come. The criticism will come. The rejection will come. I just wrote that this morning somewhere in an article. Offense will come. It will, because that's what people do to one another. I'm sorry to say, we're like that.
Yes.
But you don't have to take it. It doesn't have to do anything to do with you because you know who you are, right? I'm
There
too
you go.
busy fulfilling my purpose to be bothered by
Yes.
your petty foolishness. That's what it is.
Yes. One thing that I was
If you
going to say,
if
go
you're
ahead, sis.
actually in physical danger, I understand that. You must take care of that. But you see
Mhm.
all the rest, don't fall for it because it's
Mhm.
just a distraction.
It
Yeah.
is. It is the biggest distraction. And let us all understand by making ourselves understand and the children that this life is a two-way street. You're going to have the negative and the positive, and the
Yes.
choice is yours depending on your moral values.
Mhm.
Depending on your moral values, we all are spiritual being created in the same image and gifted the same. The same sun that shines on you is the same sun that shines on me. Okay,
Yep.
and we have to
Yep.
let our children understand these natural principles. We have to let them understand. And another thing is that's a self image, self esteem thing.
Mhm.
We must, because a lot of these things that these children the face, they copy it from home.
Yes.
You, the father and the mother, you stand tall, not like showing like tall physically. You know who you are. They used to tell me, oh, because I come from a family of giants. My son is a giant. Okay. My mom is a giant too. And me and my dad are the midgets. Okay. We're the little ones in the family. And so my brothers would be like, it looks like mommy didn't feed you the good beans. Okay. And and I was stand with my brothers. They always think that I'm the little sister. I said, no, I am the oldest. And some will even, I said, just go. But my grandmother taught me that you come from royalty.
Yep.
First of all, the
Absolutely.
royalty from Almighty God and the
Yep.
royalty in our family. Nobody can take that away from you. And you
Exactly.
are smart. You are so beautiful, and stand tall inside of yourself. And since
Mhm.
then, I was so, no matter who says what, I don't even care.
Yes. 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 But you hear what you're saying there, sister?
Uh-huh.
That alone, that statement, because I know I've gone up against that, can offend some people because you know who you are.
Yes,
But knowing who you are doesn't take anything from the other person because they should also feel the same way.
The
there
So
you
same
I'm
go.
not
way.
backing
Yes.
down from that. If
Mhm.
you want to think I'm acting like I'm a queen or a princess, that is your problem. Because I
Yes,
am.
yes, because you are.
And
And
you
you
Like a
understand?
good examples,
Yeah.
like my niece, she's only 7.
Yeah.
So I always telling them that you perfect, you beautiful, you
There you go.
special,
There you
you
go.
unique.
Yes.
Nobody can compare with you. Somebody might
There you
have
go.
long hair, but your hair is perfect for you. You
Yes.
nice. So she was playing in the playground with her friends. So one tell her that she's ugly. She said, "No, I'm beautiful. I'm
There we
unique."
go.
So she came and telling me the story. So I felt so happy
Of
because
course.
Yes.
if I didn't tell her that, you imagine the way
Yes.
she will feel by somebody
Exactly.
tell her she's ugly? No.
Exactly.
So we have to
Exactly.
take them from the beginning,
Yes.
We do.
train them, tell
Yes.
them that you unique, you
Absolutely.
special. Even
Absolutely.
somebody is different color, if different long hair,
Doesn't matter.
but
Doesn't
you
matter.
perfect.
Yes.
So she was so happy. She said, "No, I
No,
am
we're not.
Yes.
beautiful."
A very beautiful voice.
Very good job, Queen Nancy.
Oh
That's how
my
you do
goodness,
it.
I
That's
was
how
so
you
See,
do
happy.
this is
it.
so
I
true.
said that, you see, even, you think that the Lelo, they don't understand, they
They're
listen.
listening and
Oh,
Yeah, they
they're yes.
understand.
they listen
That's right.
so
That's right.
well. And one
Yes.
thing I was going to say, because a lot of parents, and I'm guilty too, but I realized, I said, no, I wasn't taught like this. I shouldn't be pushing this on my son. Is when a child does not belong or does not have friends, the kind of friendship that we are thinking in our head. And
Yeah.
so, you know, remember, it's not all the time that you have to have people around you.
That's
You
true.
have to have time to yourself.
Yes.
Sometimes it takes time. God knows, because your destiny, your future has already been written even before you were formed in your mother's womb. And
Yeah.
that is a future of greatness. And so we need to make our children know by doing it ourselves. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you are lonely, you don't have friends. A lot of children will, "I'm mommy, but daddy, I'm bored. I'm bored." Teach your children. How do you teach them? Not just to sit. You construct your home, your environment with equipment or materials that are learning
Yes.
materials.
Yes.
Get them interested in books.
Yes.
If they're toddlers, the ABCs are all over on the fridge and the letters, and they have their room with plays, toy. If they want to play with a toy that is like a phone,
I'm
they are learning
laughing
math.
because I have a story. I'm laughing because I have a
They're learning
story.
math. They are learning the English. They are before they go to school. They are already doing math, higher math above other
Yes,
people.
exactly.
Because and let your children make friendship with the right people,
With
and
values.
let them
Yes.
take their time. I used to tell my son, but I said champion because I call him a champion because he is a champion.
He is.
I
Yeah.
said, I said, I don't see your friends. Say, mommy, let me take my time to make
That's
friends.
it.
I'm
There
not
you
just
go.
going to jump
Mhm.
on any
There
kind
you
of a
go.
person because I want friendship. And
Yep.
for sure, I listen. If you see his friends, and
Yep.
mostly they are Caucasian because I send him, we made the best effort to send him to the best schools. They will
Right.
come home here. I make them feel like this is their home because our home is for every child. That is
Right.
our culture. That is the
Right.
mantle of hope. And he takes his time and he doesn't have too many friends. And
No, he's
these
very
people are very
discerning.
good. They come here, I
Yeah.
hug them. I said the fridge is there, the kitchen is there. Just make sure you keep things clean. That's all I need.
Mhm.
I require of you guys. Because if my son is friends with you, that means you guys are good kids. Because my son is a very good child. I must
There you
admit
go.
that.
That's
You know,
right.
and so
That's
yes,
right.
and so
Yeah.
we need to instill these things, these values in our
We
children.
do. We do.
Don't
Yes.
let your child go and think, "Oh, I have to be like
No.
No, not like
Beyonce.
anybody
I have
else.
to
Not
be
No.
like
like
anybody.
Rihanna."
No,
No, be
no,
you.
no,
Be
no,
you. Because if you
no.
are spending time being like somebody else, you are missing out on your gift.
Yeah.
That is very important.
Yes.
So go ahead and share
Okay,
your.
before you
That,
go,
that,
Queen Yvonne, I have
yeah.
to leave.
Oh, sorry,
Bye.
but we're
Love
glad you came.
you. Love you. Say hello to our ambassadors.
Thank
Yes,
you, thank
sure. Have a
you.
great
Thank you
weekend.
so
Have a
much
great
Bye-bye.
weekend.
for the gift to the max. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
um, yes, so the word boredom was never allowed in my house when Megan was growing up because
Uh-huh.
just what you said, there was always something, books everywhere, things to do, no, not stupid toys, but good learning toys or something to do. So she remembers that. And even now, at the grown woman that she is, she's laughing sometimes when she hear people talking about how their children are always saying that they're bored. She's thinking, what are you doing? How is
Yes.
that possible? You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
you you set the tone for your home. You really do.
Yes.
So yes. So I understand what you mean about no such thing about being bored. Don't come to me. 'Cause first of all, I'm not an entertainment center, so I'm not going to entertain you. That's the first thing. But there's so much for you to do here.
Yep.
So entertain yourself, and you provide, as you said, provide the materials. Let them have access to those materials. Books that are sometimes a little bit more outside their age, so they can strive to learn it or whatever, or books that they like to read, or some such thing. Crossword puzzles,
Yes.
get those pieces, whatever. There's always something to do. So don't come telling me
Always.
that you're
And
bored.
it's our responsibility to do that, because if you
It
don't do
is.
it, of course, you are the one who has instilled boredom in your own child by not providing.
Exactly. So
When
there, no
other
boredom.
parents, I remember where I used to rent, because we had to sell our home to move to somewhere so that my
Yeah.
son could be admitted into a school, and
Yeah.
I keep buying only educational materials and all of those things. And some of the neighbors, they were so much against me. They said, "Do you think you're the only one who has a child? Oh, they're buying BB guns, BB guns." I'm like, "Why BB guns?"
No. Yeah.
Yes, BB guns? No, my son never
No.
had a BB gun, and
Of course
that
not.
paid off big time. Okay,
Yes.
yes, we
Yes.
need to. Even if we parents who don't know how to read and write, we already know that there's a book. That's why we emphasize that. Put a book in every child's hand. Even if you don't have children, buy it and go give it to other people that have children, or maybe your grandchildren. Let us make these a norm and a normality to always put a book in a child's hand. And before we
Exactly.
even start saying hello and thank you to all, I really want to mention this.
Hmm.
You see, digital exclusion and bias is real.
It is.
Real.
It is.
Online injustice often hides beneath polished graphics and cheerful posts. For instance, algorithmic bias.
Yes.
Certain
Yes.
faces, certain cultures or voices receive less visibility. Do you agree?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then
Yes.
because algorithms favor what they consider popular, what they put in there, what they consider popular.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
what they consider popular is not necessarily the ethical thing. It's not. It's what will serve them, whatever purpose that they want it to serve them. They put there. And then language exclusion. Think about
Mhm.
language exclusion. Content benefits English speakers while ignoring millions and billions
Yes.
who speak other
Yes.
languages.
Yes,
That
sister.
means
The bias is already there. The bias is already crept in. It is. Yes.
yes, and then representation gaps. Some
Mm-hmm.
young people never see themselves
Never see
reflected
themselves there. Never.
in
Never.
creators, leaders, or role models online. They don't see that
They
because
don't.
people choose not to. And this is what how discrimination and exclusion works. And then unequal access to technology. Millions of children cannot participate because they lack reliable internet
Internet. Oh Lord
devices
Jesus.
or digital skills.
Yes.
This and more are so rampant that I'm just praying to God that someday, even if I cannot serve all, we open a place, whether it is here, and we need to do it all over. We just get a place, a hall where there are desks, kids, they have their iPad or whatever that are put there. They come back from school, they are there, they come and do their research, they do their things, and then they eat, they go home and sleep in peace. But those things are there, and we are there monitoring those things. Because when you
Yeah.
started with say 10 children, that is a replication that you've done. Now these 10 kids will then take it to the whole world.
Right.
This is such a beautiful thing. And let us watch out. I was talking about 2-3 weeks ago about I attended this church because I am an all denomination
Yeah. Yeah.
church attendee. So we attended. Immediately I saw this glaring thing, what we are talking right here. I saw it and I wasn't happy. These singers, beautiful singers, but there was this one black lady, and I must say it. This one black lady, she was the only one in there singing so beautifully.
Mm.
Guess what? They passed the camera, like flip on her, but focus it on the other people. Focusing
Yeah.
it. That
Oh,
means you are less
yes.
important. These ones are more important. And what
Yes.
the children are in church, what are you teaching
Mhm.
those children?
Exactly.
You see,
Exactly.
this is what we are talking about. And
It is.
it starts with us here in One Global Movement. And we are talking here because we are doing the same thing. We've done it and we continue to do it. And so we call on each and every one of you, do it in your own little place, in your own little corner, in your own little community. You can even form a group of young people or children to just come there to say one or two positive things.
Yep.
Before, and get their book and write it down. Before the whole year, you look into that book, you have taught those children a lot of positive things, just as simple as that. Or to just say the word thank you. What are you thanking somebody for? Thank you for this. Before you know, you have those children to write a thank you book. This is very, very important. You know, because the world is going to places that we don't know, but we pray that God directs us.
Yeah, well, we have to go there too, you know. We have to be on the battlefield because it is.
Yes.
So we have to prepare ourselves and not let it get away from us. And we are doing that, you know.
Yes.
We are doing that here. So
and we thank God for that opportunity.
Yes.
Not everybody can do what we are doing here.
No, that's true.
Yes. Hello, Suresh Kumar. How are you? Thank you so much for being with us here today. We highly appreciate you. Sumitra Mandal, how are you, sister? We appreciate you for being with us here today. And sister, thank you so much for always doing what you're doing here. And the children in the world will be calling your name as they dance on the streets. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we have our managing director. Thank you so much, John, for everything that you're doing. And thank you especially too for this Give to the Max. And Give to the Max continue. If you have not hit your target, we know our target here, 12 of us here on One Global Movement. We know our target.
Yes.
I'm not reaching it, but I'm going to reach it because our Give to the Max continues. And if you go there, they said maybe you can't send through the payment, call us. We send another payment link. We have to achieve that goal. Otherwise, if we leave it, then that's how we're going to be leaving things unachieved. And it's doable. It's doable.
It is. Yep.
Yes. And yes, thank you for putting today's topic, justice in the digital age, teaching young people to spot and challenge online injustice. Challenge it head on, different ways, but don't put yourself in harm's way.
Exactly. And sometimes it's not worth challenging it either. Just leave it alone. But when it's needed, be courageous enough to stand up.
Yes, thank you. Certainly. We don't want anybody being hurt. All right, here is our Facebook page. Please, if you can, take it upon yourself to share it to 5 people and let those 5 people continue to share it to other 5 people. We're going to come here with a goal to work on this. Okay, some they just craft a topic to work on this so that people can share, and so that it can go viral. And we're here. Our brother from the sunny Pretoria, Brother Levy, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for your contribution to love, lead, and protect our children here. We highly appreciate you. And this is StreamYard. If you need to use StreamYard, it is right here. When you do use it, they're going to give One Global Movement $10, and that is a lot of money to help a family for one day or so. Thank you so much for putting that there. And our beautiful sister is here, Sister Sharon. Thank you so much for yesterday. And I listened to the messages. I was laughing. I said, oh, she is on a roll. To get that goal done. Thank you so much for doing that. I highly appreciate you for supporting us here on stage, in the chat, and behind or off stage. Thank you so much. Yes. And if you're here, happy birthday. Before I even see it, I know she's going to wish everyone.
Oh, yes.
It's always, thank you so much for always making us feel good and appreciate life. Thank you. And it says, I love this topic. I wish I could join the panel today, but I have to work. That's okay. You have to work in order to join the panel. If you don't work, you don't. So I will watch the replay later. Happy Friday. I hope everyone is having a good day and have a great weekend ahead. Thank you, Sister Sharon. We appreciate you. Again, that's our Facebook link. And we have Piari, Mr. Piari Topo. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for joining us here today. Let us keep encouraging other people, because these lessons here, we all need to be on deck, hands on deck, all hands, because the children should learn from us. While you are contributing in the chat, Those who can come on the stage too can come. This stage is for everyone. So again, Give to the Max is going to continue until we achieve our goal here in One Global Movement. Give whatever you can give. If it doesn't go through, Give to the Max, which is the minimum is $25. Call us here. The managing director is here. There. Sister Yvonne is here. Queen Nancy is there. I am here. Sister Sharon is there. We are 12 of us here, servants and volunteers of One Global Movement. Call us because we need it. Even a penny, we need that penny because it starts with $1. One global movement, $1, one life change. So thank you, sister.
Okay, I'd like to just go over the topic again of self-awareness and self-management because that is very important online. Because remember, as I said, it was meant to be neutral. You were supposed to just go there and just be an individual, but now that's not what has happened. Cliques and groups and echo chambers, and it's just very volatile on the internet, especially for young people who are just going there and maybe not have the social skills. So we need to endue in them self-awareness and self-management, just as we have to do it for ourselves. The online world often provides a buffer. To me, it's a seeming buffer of anonymity, but it is not, because as I said, when you're looking for a job, people are now going there and looking to see your track record, what you've done online. So be careful. That's another component of what we're talking about, but that's for another topic. So this anonymity can lead to impulsive and hurtful behavior. And ZEL, which is what I mentioned a while ago, the SEL, the emotional and social and emotional learning component, helps young people to manage their own emotions and actions, encouraging them to pause and reflect on the potential impact of their words and actions before posting and reacting. This can prevent them from perpetrating injustice themselves or escalating a situation. How you respond to something that you've seen can also make the situation worse. So you have to be careful about your input, not just what's coming at you, but what you've seen. How will you address it? And as I'm saying, sometimes it's best just to leave it alone. As Dr. Mundih is saying, if you see something that's potentially harmful to another person, by all means take action. Take a screenshot, report it somehow, keeping yourself safe. But if it doesn't concern you, don't be involved, because you're only escalating and perpetuating the meanness.
Yes.
Sometimes people say things just to get a rise out of you. That's this phrase. They just want to push your button. Because again, it's a bad source of trying to get attention.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much. Thank you, sister. Thank you to the entire audience. We love you. We wish you a fantastic and fun weekend. And let us meet here next week and plan to climb higher and higher so we can reach every child in the world. Until then,
bye-bye, everyone. Have a great weekend. Yes. Bye, John.
Yes, bye, John.